leaders have been working around the clock to monitor road conditions and provide updates for the public safety. News 4's Jacqueline Lambert went to a press conference addressing some of the things they have seen so far. So, Jacqueline, what can you tell us this evening?
Well, according to City Manager Randy Morris, of course, public safety is the #1 priority as the city of Dothan has had all hands on deck to deal with this snowstorm. At the press conference, representatives from the city's fire, utilities, and public works departments provided some insight as to what they are monitoring as this snow continues to fall. It was there that Public Works announced that closing of all city roads by 4 p.m. to non-essential travel. Citing tough conditions for drivers unexperienced with driving in the snow, Fire Chief Larry Williams expects more accidents in the coming days. City leaders asked for the public's patience during this weather event.
Well, we've had a couple of minor motor vehicle collisions as normal. That probably will increase until we get people off the road. We have had a few continue with the medical calls. And understand that as this develops and as we get the conditions tend to worsen, that responses may be delayed. Non-emergency responses may be significantly delayed as we handle other emergencies.
And of course, the nighttime will present another set of challenges. In the morning, the city will be meeting to assess the roads and then determine a status for all of those road closures. Live in Dothan, Jacqueline Lambert, your hometown news leader.
Jacqueline Lambert, thank you for that report. Let's take